Good morning, everyone. Happy day 2 of these 10-day, or 10, yeah, good morning, I should have said. Um, Welcome back to day 2 of 10-minute meditations. So I'm just curious how that helped you to kind of, or what your experience was, right? So feel free to comment in the video, comment, make sure to subscribe, and follow along. And um, I'm probably going to be switching off from doing. I don't even know. Social media is such an animal, right? Um, so I'm just kind of I don't know what platform I like the best, really. I think YouTube's probably going to be the best. Maybe that's something y'all can give me some insight on, because man, this stuff's an animal. um, it's partially why I never got any of my work out there on here, because it gave me anxiety. Um, Being somebody who struggles with like ADD, ADHD, um, MS, it it overwhelmed me. So now I'm just kind of look it, let's just try it out. Let's just get more out there. Let's do more of the stuff that I do in person. One-on-one with people. You're going to hear a plane going over me right now. So let's just take this time to be aware of that noise. Maybe because you guys can't see it. Just thinking about how it moves and just following it, not even without being able to see it, just follow that noise and just see how it's only temporary and it just floats on by. And that's a great way to allow your thoughts and your emotions to show up in a big, loud way, right? It's building up and then it shows up in a big, loud way. And then it moves out of the body. It fades away. So when it shows up big and loud, right? It's important to start becoming aware again, awareness. And, awareness is, awareness of anxiety is interesting. How my higher self, the higher dimensions, um, the guides, the masters that talk through me when I'm giving a reading, when I'm in my group gatherings in person, they tell me, they've shown me that I get that there's 3 different types of, there's 3 different types of anxiety, right? And one is, let's see, I know the 2, but I'm like, why are they showing me 3 today? And it could be because we have 3 brains, and that's what it feels more like. So they're actually saying, well, we want to correct you. There's anxiety a lot in actually every chakra system. So, which is interesting to think about, right? Because I was like, okay, show me where the big anxiety points are. And they're like, well, obviously the brain, the heart, the gut. So there's those 3 brains, right? And then there's the chakra system that holds anxiety of its own. So it's really interesting to experience that clarity right now, and also to understand how it's showing up in you. So when it shows up in the heart area, to me, and maybe it's going to be different for you all because I don't want to program you, but just start becoming aware of when you're going through an emotional episode. And anxiety, all it is fear. Um, it's all fear. So when it shows up in you emotionally, where are you holding it? For me, emotional anxiety is in the chest. Okay. But for others, it could be somewhere else. But a lot of my clients, it's all in the chest. When we're doing obsessive thinking, overthinking, analyzing, blah, 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 mental strain, mental anxiety, okay? You're just constantly zoom, zoom. And they both can talk to each other, really. They both can affect each other. They can inform each other. And same with the third brain, which is the gut. And a lot, from my understanding, IBS and gastrointestinal stuff has to do with a lot of um, fear, a lot of anger. So again, thinking mental, emotional stuff, and it goes into the stomach. So if anybody has like gastrointestinal stuff, be aware of what, and I shouldn't say like all gastro, right? Because there's so much going on in the body that the mind manifests, creates, and occurs, that's bigger than IBS. But in my experience, when it comes to gastro issues, um, it's a lot of it is rooted in anger and in fear. So that's just something to be aware of. And I want you to just sit with that because I don't want to talk too much and make this video too long for you. But anyways, that's just something to be aware of. And we can get into the chakra system, like as far as like consciousness and what you might be experiencing, where anxiety holds there. So without further ado, apparently that's my go-to phrase line, right? Cheers. I'm going to drink some more to clear my throat up a little bit more so I can talk a little bit more for the next 10 minutes. I'm going to get myself comfy, and I ask that you do the same. Get yourself into a really chill position, and shout out to my friend who bought me this for my birthday years ago. It was just after my trip to Italy, and I went and visited him, and I just like cherished this cup because it was such a huge year for me. And that person and I just will forever have an amazing connection. I love him dearly. And so shout out to him. So anyways, yeah. All right. I got nostalgic a little bit, and I was like, that was like 10 years ago. Anyways, all right. I can go on and on. It is cold out today. That's partially why I started bringing my water out here, because it was cold and I needed my body to warm up. It's Monday. Forgive me for being all sloppy today. Coming off of Mother's Day. Got lazy yesterday because I was allowed to be. Okay. Get into that comfortable position if you haven't already. And I'm going to get my timer going. And I want you to go ahead and close the eyes. You're just checking in the breath. Maybe you're catching this on the replay and you're catching this in the evening. and you'd like to take some really big inhales and exhales. Keep in mind you want to draw that exhale out a little bit longer. So like we did yesterday, you're welcome to 7 to 11, however long you want to do it. It's always a great practice to get you settled into the moment, to get out of that cyclical thinking for a brief second. 7 to 11. You're welcome to do that now, or you just might want to, experience like things like myself, where you're just waking up and the mind's not going that fast. The breath isn't going that fast. So your inhales are shallow. Your exhales are shallow. Checking in with your internal world, how it's responding to maybe external noises. And you're welcome to join me in using the imagination. And imagine that there is a golden string coming down from the sky, coming down into maybe the roof above you. Notice how when it enters the body, notice what you experience. Allow it to go down the body, just going down the throat, down the digestive tract, down the base of you, down into the ground beneath you, down, and anchoring into the core of the earth. And just mentally move this string and notice like something is pulling so that it adjusts your body position. It's like, again, like there's a string between it or inside of you that's manipulating the body so that it sits long or sits taller. The posture is better, and if you have to adjust the body, that's fine. The neck is longer. Raising the gaze to the horizon, to that third eye, to that center of the forehead. Again, just allowing those outside noises to be an opportunity that anchors you into gratitude. And if the mind wanders, come back. Come back to your posture. Come back to your breath. And if you're able to, scan the body, allowing my neighbor's dog to just say good morning. Scanning the body. Where do you want to begin scanning the body? Is it from the top of the head? Or is it from the bottom of the feet? It doesn't matter where you want to begin. Just notice where you might be holding tension, tightness. This is a great opportunity to practice stilling the mind when there's a lot of background noise, things out of our control. Taking in deep inhales if need to anchor you back into the body. Just noticing where that gaze went. If it fell down a little bit, bring it back up. Again, checking in with the breath, coming back. If your mind has wandered, seeing where you might be holding tension and where you might be able to loosen it, release it, let it go through just focusing on the breath. Maybe asking yourself, what are you feeling in this moment? Are you feeling discomfort? Maybe because you can hear in the background a lot of outside noises. Again, taking it as an opportunity to be grateful that you're alive, you're able to hear. This time will pass. It's only temporary. And breathing in. Exhaling audibly. And before you know it, 10 minutes has passed. And you're welcome to stay in it a little bit longer or not. I do want to apologize to anybody about the background noise a little bit. If it was a little bit much today. Again, maybe you can practice what outside noises do to you when you're wanting to, still the mind, still the emotions. But there's certain things outside of your control. What can you do? You can go internal and adjust it. What is that? A lot of people say, you can't fix what's happening, but you can fix how you react to it, how you respond to it. So that's something to think about. How are you responding to distractions while you are meditating? Are you getting angry, frustrated? Whatever. And then that's when the act of self-love comes in, because what you're doing right now is an act of self-care. You're practicing meditation, but the self-love comes in as just saying, you know what? I did okay. I showed up for this meditation. I did, that was good. And I'm just going to allow it to be what it is. And then you set your intention, right? And just let it be. So it's always actually good to set the intention before also. So maybe I got to remind you all to do that. Remind myself to do that. Sometimes my mind just says, wherever you want me to go, the God mind or universe, like you'll show me what I need today. So sometimes it's just that. Yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of the week. And yeah, have a great rest of the week. And happy Monday, or wherever this finds you, happy day. Happy day 2. And I'll catch you on another time. Love and light.